హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ.
వృంద వెళ్ళిందా?
వెళ్ళిందండి. నానున్నాడు కదా, అప్పుడే 7:20కి డ్రాప్ చేసి వచ్చిండు. యాక్చువల్గా కాలేజ్ వాళ్ళు రావట్లే కదా, సో ఆయన 7:25కే వస్తుండు.
ఎవరు?
కాలేజ్ వాళ్ళు ఎవరు వెళ్ళట్లే కదా, వ్యాన్ డ్రైవర్. సో ఆయన ముందే డ్రాప్ చేసి ఇంకా వేరే దగ్గరికి వెళ్తాడంట. సో 7:25 కంటే 7:20కి కిందికి తీసుకుపోయింది డాడీ, డ్రాప్ చేసి వచ్చిండు.
ఓకే,
వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు కదా అమ్మ వాళ్ళు ఇంకా.
కరెక్ట్.
అదే
జయ శ్రీ కృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధర శివాసది గౌరభక్తవృంద. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ 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 హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే 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 రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే 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 హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే 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 హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే 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 హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే.
హరే కృష్ణ
హరే
కృష్ణ
కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే. హరే రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే. హరే కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ హరే హరే.
హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరే.
హరే
రామ
కృష్ణ హరే హరే రామ రామ Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare साधना स्वामी की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय साधना स्वामी कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु परंपरा की जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Start yes start yes Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखगरुति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् मम पवित्रो वा सर्वावसङ्गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सबाह्यभ्यन्तरं शुचिः श्रीविष्णु तद्विष्णु परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयो दिव्यवाचक्षुराततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्यवो जागृहंस समिन्दते विष्णुं यत्परमं पदं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण मुरलीधर प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम All glory to
Hare
Srila
Krishna
Prabhupada
Prabhuji,
Gurudev.
Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavad
Thank you very
Pranam.
much. Thank you for joining. So we'll start from Bhagavatam, third canto, 26th chapter, entitled as third canto entitled as the status quo, and the 26th chapter entitled as the principles, fundamental principles of material nature. So specifically, we are discussing these particular verses. So we are here in these sections. So we are until I think 7 onwards. We have to continue. Yeah, 7th verse onwards we have to continue. So 7th verse comes under this particular section. Jiva. Java. I'm a Java developer. Java becomes Jiva.
Hare Krishna.
Jiva
So
only.
you have to make Java to Jiva.
Jiva, yeah. But actually,
Not
from
Jiva to Java.
no, from Jiva nunchi Java ne vachindamma. See, unless human intelligence is not there, how can they develop the programming language? Huh? So Jiva to Java actually, not Java to Jiva. Anyway, life comes from life only. It's not a system. One way. Okay, Java Prakriti. Again, I am telling intentionally. Java Prakriti Purusha. Interactions and characteristics. Jiva Prakriti. Okay. Jiva Prakriti. 7th and 8th is that also. 5 and 8. Jiva's interaction with Prakriti leads to his bondage. 3 to 4. Lord's interaction with Prakriti is just a pastime by his will. We have done. By his will. Lord's interaction with Prakriti is just a pastime by his will. His own. He wanted to enjoy. So you don't want to be static. You wanted to be dynamic. Not dynamic, too much dynamic. Unlimited dynamism in his creation. Unlimited dynamism. Not static. In his creation, cognizant. Cognizant is not a company, but cognizant is a word. It tells the Krishna's nature. All-pervading nature. He knows everything. 1-2 verse talks about benefits of hearing Sankhya through the analytical study of these material elements. Freedom from modes of material nature and self-realization, cutting the knot of attachment. See, basically, cutting the knot of attachment means cutting the knot of attachment to this material world. Basically, attachment. Unless we don't have attachment, how can we come back to it? Purify our attachment. Prabhupada says in the lectures, purify our attachment. Everybody is having an attachment, right? Everyone having attachment. So, what kind of attachment we have to be placed in? Of course, we all have professional, personal, family lives. So that attachment, main focus of attachment towards lotus feet of Krishna and in his teachings, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. Bhagavad Gita talks about greatness of Krishna. Bhagavatam talks about sweetness of Krishna. Greatness and sweetness, best combination. Okay, that means Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. What about the Chaitanya Charitamrita? It's rubbery sweet. Rubbery sweet means after condensed milk, కంప్లీట్ ఫుల్లీ నెక్టర్ అనమాట. ఇంకా అది చైతన్య చరితామృతం ఇది పోస్ట్ గ్రాడ్యుయేట్ స్టడీ, అందుకే అన్నారు మోర్ మెచ్యూర్డ్ థింగ్. వండర్ఫుల్ పాస్ టైమ్స్ బిట్వీన్ లాస్ట్ చైతన్య మహాప్రభు అండ్ హిస్ డిసైపుల్స్ సర్వభౌమ భట్టాచార్య, రూప గోస్వామి, సనాతన గోస్వామి, రమానందరాయ, various personalities. He has discussed very very important topics of the important topics of spirituality and the ultimate goal of life. So very soon we are going to celebrate Gaura Purnima, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's birthday. So maybe from let's see, last 5 days we'll continue reading glorifying or understanding Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance and purpose of his appearance. We will read before 5 days of Gaura Purnima. Let us plan that way so that we have developed right consciousness. So we'll continue from 7th verse. So that is the section Jiva, Prakriti, Purusha, interactions and characteristics. And moving forward, what is that? 9 to 14, those verses answer to Devahuti's question. What is that question? Describe more about Prakriti and Purusha. What is exactly Prakriti? What is the Purusha? Like that. So 9 to 14 answer to Devahuti's question. Describe about Prakriti and Purusha. But entire chapter, we see different sections talks about this one only, Prakriti and Purusha. Purusha, Prakriti, Purusha. Purusha, Prakriti, Ustohi. What is that verse? Anybody know?
Vijan guna karanam guna sangostya sarasat yoni janmasu. Because
Purusha,
of this
Prakriti.
material nature, we are taking the desires, we are taking the another birth. That's what. Yeah. Desires, mainly desires. Yeah.
Purusha, Prakriti. That's where now we are reading from Bhagavatam. Same thing. That's the 7th verse talks about the same thing. Because of the attachment to this material world. Let us see. 7th verse. Material consciousness is the cause of, remember that everybody, Raju Prabhu, Muralidhar Prabhu, we are here anyway. Some devotees will join eventually. One more devotee joined. Who is that? Vani Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining, Mataji. Cause of our conditional life is consciousness. Simple. We are placing or we are putting our consciousness, placing or putting or thinking our consciousness in materialistic way. So that is the cause of our bondage. I'm not saying. Bhagavatam is saying between Devahuti and Lord Kapila discussions. Lord Kapila's teachings actually. Prabhupada written a small book based on this Bhagavatam verse, Teachings of Lord Kapila. Very nice book, condensed one. He has come up with that small books, Teachings of Lord Kapila, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, Teachings of this one also, Kunti Maharani, and
Prahlada prayers, small
Prahlada
book.
prayers. Yeah, small books.
But very nice.
Sourced. There is a beautiful word. Sourced from Bhagavatam. Support of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada written nice commentaries on those particular teachings. So, what is the cause of our bondage? Material consciousness, in which conditions are enforced upon the living entity by material energy. Although the spirit soul does not do anything and is transcendental to such activities. See, what is saying? Spirit soul is aloof. Although the spirit soul does not do anything and is transcendental to such activities. Because of our false ego, subtle body, because of the false ego, especially the subtle body. And right next to spirit soul is false ego, right? Higher than false ego, super soul only. Soul only. But here, if we see our false ego, we have the definition: enjoying nature, controlling nature, proprietorship nature, mastership nature. That is where false ego comes into play. Transcendental to such activities. Which one is transcendental to such activities? Spirit soul does not do anything. All this material consciousness. Actually, that's why all this material happiness, all these material things, it cannot satisfy to the soul. Which is the giving the great satisfaction? Selfless. Basically, soul's nature is If we do render service to Krishna, devotees, all these spiritual activities, it's selfless service. That gives real happiness. Real happiness. Material consciousness means selfish nature also. All of the bad qualities comes under material consciousness, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madhamacharya, material consciousness only, right? He is thus affected by conditional life. Affected of material consciousness. So that's where attached to Krishna, detached to material consciousness, Maya. Prabhupada purport ki jai. The Mayavadi philosopher who does not difference between the supreme spirit and individual spirit. They become one. They treat as one. Both are one only. No differentiation. They won't find.
And we have a verse, right? Ishopanishadlo, Ishavashamidam sarvam jagat, yatkincha jagatyam jagat,
Tena taktena
Bhurtiva Magrida Kashya Svidhanam. This is everything belongs to Krishna. No, nothing will belong to us. He is the supreme proprietor, he is the master, and he is the enjoyer. Ishavashamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat yena tektena bunjita magrida kashya svidhanam. Yeah, it's beautiful verse. Ishopanishad, first verse. There's an invocation. Yeah, pranam mantra. Beautiful. Isha, Krishna is right. Krishna is the proprietor, enjoyer. Yeah. Everything belongs to Krishna.
Yeah. But spirit soul in the effect of the material consciousness, especially false ego. So that is the nature.
He thinks,
it's not a original nature. It is a covered nature, or it is a acting nature, or wanted to act like Krishna. Material nature. But the word pastime implies enjoyment in the activities of the Lord. The Mayavadis misuse the word and say that even if the living entity has become a stool eating hog, he is also enjoying his pastimes. This is most dangerous interpretation. Mayavadis ni enta rough and tough ఆడుకుంటారంటే చైతన్య మన భక్తి సిద్ధాంత సరస్వతి గోస్వామి మహారాజ్ అండ్ ప్రభుపాద ఆల్సో లెఫ్ట్ అండ్ రైట్ కొట్టినట్టే చేసేస్తారు అనమాట. అట్లా చేసుడు మంచిదే కదా. వన్నెస్ అంట, దెర్ ఇస్ నో డిఫరెన్స్ అట. Fools and rascals. Prabhupada word, fools and rascals. In conditional life, the living entity actually remains as if a captive in the hands of material energy. Whatever the material energy dictates, the conditioned soul does. He has no responsibility. He is simply the witness of the action, but he is forced to act in that way due to his offense in his eternal relationship with Krishna. Offense చేసినాం అనమాట మనం, misusing free will. And Lord Krishna therefore says in the Bhagavad Gita that Maya, his material energy, is so forceful that it is insurmountable. But if a living entity simply understands that his constitutional position is to serve Krishna and he tries to act on this principle, and then however conditioned he may be, the influence of Maya immediately vanishes. How can we get rid of this Maya? Serving, immediate. Understand our position. Jivera Swarubhai, Krishnera Nityadas. We know the teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then however condition. See, simple principle. We are not at any point of time, we won't become master. We won't be able to enjoy this material nature. We won't be able to control anybody. We don't have that one. So what we have to understand that, Tulsi Maran prayer very beautiful. Frequently I quote that. Whenever I recite Jivera Swarubhai Krishna Nityadas, Tulsi Maran prayer also. Etla feel avutundi Tulsi Marani? Seva adhikara diya koro nijadasi. Seva, our adhikaram to Krishna is, mana adhikaram endi? Seva. Service, that's it. We have to think that way. Jivara Swarubhai Krishna Nityadas. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings also supports all the Vedic literature. We are Mamai Vamsu Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanatana. Krishna is the only master. We are only servants at any point of time, at given point of time, whatever it may be. But false ego problem. దాన్ని ప్యూరిఫై చేసి true ego and understand చేసుకోవాలి. True ego is, I am the servant of Krishna. This is clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter. Krishna takes charge of anyone who surrenders to him in helplessness. The influence of Maya or conditioned life is removed. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Daivi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. But Mami Vaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Krishna says that person. The spirit soul is actually Sachidananda, eternal, full of bliss, full of knowledge. Under the clutches of Maya, however, he suffers from continued birth, death, disease, and old age. Continued. life after life. One has to be serious to cure this condition of material existence and transfer himself to Krishna consciousness. For thus, his long suffering may be mitigated without difficulty. In summary, the suffering of the conditioned soul is due to his attachment to material nature. So, problem is, this is the thing. అసలు యాక్చువల్ వర్స్ వచ్చేదే ఇక్కడ నుంచి చూడండి ప్రభుపాద రైట్స్ తదాస్య సంస్కృతి బృంద పరాతంత్ర్యం చ తత్కృతం from the misconception of the condition life bondage dependence and tatkritam made by that okay last few lines Prabhupada mentioned no one has to be serious to cure this condition of seriousness sincere we have to put our sincerity and seriousness and full faith in Lord's instructions and Guru's instructions. Guru and Krishna, that difference in ledu. It is a representative of God. To cure this condition of material existence and transfer himself to Krishna consciousness. For this, his long suffering may be mitigated without difficulty. In summary, the suffering of the conditioned soul is due to his attachment to material nature. This attachment should thus be transferred from matter to Krishna. Attached to Krishna, detached to Maya. Actually, one verse from Bhagavad Gita. Which verse, Chipandari? There is one verse. Particularly, I want to tell that and then I will wrap up. What is that verse, devotees? There is one verse. Attached to Krishna, detached to Maya. Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada specifically writes that one. Chapani, Chuddam.
దైవేశ గుణమయి మమ మాయ అదన ప్రభు
ఏం ప్రభు
దైవేశ గుణమయి మమ మాయ దురత్య మామయో ఇతి అదన ప్రభు.
Yeah, that is the thing. If you surrender to Krishna, this material nature won't affect us. That is there. అదే ఓకే ఇంకొక వర్స్ ఉంటుంది యాక్చువల్గా పర్టికులర్ వర్స్ ఉంటుంది భగవద్గీత చెప్పండి ట్రై చేయండి సేమ్ ఇదే రిటాచ్ టు మాయా
విషయా వినివర్తంతే నిరాహారస్య దేహిన రసోవర్జ్యం రసోప్యస్య పరదృష్ట్యా నివర్తతే. When we are attached to Krishna, definitely we will have the least feeling of this Maya. That means we will ignore this Maya. We have to attach the higher attachment so that we can leave the lower attachment. Yeah.
BG 9.9 amma recently we learned also, right? BG 9.9. What is that? 9.9. Let me open here. What is that? See, nachamam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasina vadasina asaktam teshu karmasu. Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as do net neutral. So same principle. How can we attach to Krishna? Because he is detached from the all material activities. Simple, logically ఆలోచించండి. Okay, how can we detach this material world? Somebody who is not attached to this material world. అదే కదా, Krishna is not attached to this material world, right? He is beyond these three modes. He is not this. He is created for rebellious souls, but he is not attached to this material world. See, ఇక్కడ ఉంది, I am ever detached from these material activities, seated as through like a raster Prabhupada actually on nice word, attach detach గురించి attach.
He's not attached here.
Okay. Although he has control over every minute detail of material activities, he is sitting as if neutral. The example is given. Prabhupada analysis. High Court judge sitting on his bench. By his order, so many things are happening. Someone is being hanged, someone is put in jail, someone is awarded huge amount of wealth, etc., etc. He has nothing to do with that, all that gain and loss. Similarly, that all the Lord always neutral. Although he has his hand in every sphere of activity. In the Vedanta Sutra, what is that verse? Vaishamya nairgrinyena is not situated in the duals of this material world. Is transcendental. See, that is the logic, devotees. Why we have to serve Krishna means because he is beyond the three modes. We are in this material world means we have problems of life, right? So when we serve Krishna, when we develop love for Krishna, so that is the key. That is the key to get rid of these problems. Key already ichchar akkada instructions. We have to serve. That is the logic. Haribol. Thank you, devotees. Dandava pranams. You all continue today. Bhakti Vaibhava, that verse. Vrutrasura and 2 more verses. I will share in the group. I have another one meeting.
మీరు గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేయండి, నేను డౌన్లోడ్ చేయలేదు. ఓకే,
పెడతాను. You can continue. Second set, second round, go round words. You all
Okay.
continue. Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam. We have seen 10 participants. Let me see. Chandramal Prabhu, hearing mode. Deepa Mata, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mata, for joining. Lalit Mohan Prabhu, I am seeing. Shiva Prabhu. So you all continue. Akincham Priya Prabhu ki jai. Thank you for joining, Prabhu. Please give all of your association nicely. You know, see, please
Krishna
spend time.
Prabhu,
Every day, please spend time, please. 15 minutes, whatever time, please come. 8 to 9:30, 9:15, 9:20, whatever. Spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I am not restricting anything. చదవండి కాసేపు ఉండండి వెళ్ళిపోండి అంతే. హరి బోల్. హరే కృష్ణ. I am dropping off, okay? హరే కృష్ణ. I am making you host. లావణ్య, continue.
ఇప్పుడు ఏం చదవాలి? సేమ్ కంటిన్యూ.
భాగవతమే కదా, వర్స్ నెంబర్ 8.
అదే నాకు అది పంపండి కొంచెం.
వర్స్ నెంబర్ 8. 326, 8.
పెట్టండి, ఓపెన్ చేయండి.
8 అది మన గ్రూప్లో పెడుతున్నాలే. ఆ లింక్ ఓపెన్ చేసేసి డైరెక్ట్ అది కూడా షేర్ చేసు. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, మాతది, దీప మాతది, థ్యాంక్ యూ. మీరు రాసిన అది జస్ట్ ఇంతకుముందే ఈ కాల్ కనెక్ట్ కాకముందే ఓపెన్ చేసి చూసిన డాక్యుమెంట్, how soul comes to this material world. Thank you for your pictorial representation from hearing various lectures and nice points you made it. We can refer that also. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You are able to open Lavanya, Haribol.
ఓపెన్ చేస్తున్నాను. చెప్పండి ఒకసారి వర్స్, నేను ఆన్సర్ నార్మల్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తా.
326.8. Okay. Haribol.
వెయిట్
కొంచెం ముందే పెట్టుకోండి అమ్మా. యూ నీడ్ టు సేవ్ టైం, ప్లీజ్ అండర్స్టాండ్. ఓకే, ఆల్రెడీ అప్పుడే లాగిన్ అయినా ఉండే కదా. హరిబోల్. హరే కృష్ణ.
అవుతుంది.
ముందే అందుకే బెటర్ టు కనెక్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ల్యాప్టాప్ ఓన్లీ. ఓకే, ఈ ఫోన్లో అంతా ఎందుకు. Okay, devotees, you continue. I am sharing again. Okay. Text 8. Any devotee wants to read? Help yourself.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Kinjam Prabhu, please continue.
Yeah, translation and purport by Srila Prasad ki jai. The cause of the conditioned souls, material body and senses, and the senses presiding deities, the demigods, is the material nature. This is understood by the learned man. The feelings of happiness and distress of the soul, who is transcendental by nature, are caused by the spirit soul himself. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that when the Lord descends to this material world, he comes as a person by his own energy, Atma Maya. He is not forced by any superior energy. He comes by his own will, and this can be called his pastime or Leela. But here, it is clearly stated that the conditioned soul is forced to take a certain type of body and senses under the three modes of material nature. That body is not received according to his own choice. In other words, a conditioned soul has no free choice. He has to accept a certain type of body according to his karma. But when there is a bodily reactions as felt in happiness and distress, it is to be understood that the cause is the spirit soul himself.
No,
If
I
he
can share more. Prabhuji. Yeah.
if he so
let him complete.
Sure.
if he so desires, the spirit soul can change this conditional life of dualities by choosing to serve Krishna. The living entity is
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
living entity is the cause of his own suffering, but he can also be the cause of eternal happiness. When he wants to engage in Krishna consciousness, a suitable body is offered to him by internal potency, the spiritual energy of the Lord. And when he wants to satisfy his senses of material body is offered. Thus it is his free choice to accept a spiritual body or the material body. But once the body is accepted, he has to enjoy or suffer the consequences. The Mayavadi philosopher's presentation is that the living entity enjoys his pastimes by accepting the body of the hog. This theory is not acceptable. However, because the word pastime implies voluntary acceptance for enjoyment. Therefore, this interpretation is most misleading. When there is enforced acceptance for suffering, it is not the pastime. The Lord's pastime and the conditioned living entities' acceptance of karmic reaction are not on the same level. Hare
Hari Bol.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Yeah, you can share now. Text 9. Anybody wants to add anything in this? Or share, Prabhupada written so nicely how conditions will come forced to take certain type of body. What is that force? Discuss చేసుకోండి, by looking at the purport. Open the 3.26.8. Lavanya, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Is it visible?
Visible, but 8 లో చూడండి why Prabhupada mentioned forced. It is clearly said forced అనేది డిస్కస్ చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, ఇందులోనే 8 లోనే కింది రండి. ఫోర్స్ టు అని ఉన్న దగ్గర ఒక దగ్గర ఇంకా పైన ఉంది ఒక నిమిషం ఇక్కడ. But here it is clearly stated that the condition soul is forced to take certain type of body and senses under the 3 modes of material nature. Adi you both, all of you discuss. Lalpan Prabhu is there, Deepa Mata is there, Raju Prabhu is there. Yeah, why? A question discuss చేసుకోండి. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji and Mataji. Yeah. Mata Deepa Mata, you want to read?
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
9 kada? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Devahuti said, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, kindly explain the characteristics of the Supreme Person and his energies, for both of these are the cause of this manifest and Prakriti or material nature is connected with both the Supreme Lord and the living entities, just as a woman is connected with her husband as a wife and with her children as a mother. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that he impregnates Mother Nature with children, living entities, and thereafter all species of living entities become manifest. The relationship of all living entities with material nature has been explained. Now, an understanding of the relationship between material nature and the Supreme Lord is sought by Devahuti. The product of that relationship between material nature and the Supreme Lord. Okay. Product of that relationship is stated to be the manifest and unmanifest material world. The unmanifest material world is the subtle Mahat Tattva, and from that Mahat Tattva, the material manifestation has emerged. In the Vedic literature, it is said that by the glance of the Supreme Lord, the total material energy is impregnated, and then everything is born of material nature. It is also confirmed in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that under his glance, Adhyakshena, under his direction and by his will, nature is working. It is not that nature works blindly. After understanding the position of the conditioned souls in relation to material nature, Devahuti wanted to know how nature works under the direction of the Lord and what the relationship is between the material nature and the Lord. In other words, she wanted to learn the characteristics of the Supreme Lord in relation to the material nature. The relationship of the living entities with matter and that of the Supreme Lord with matter are certainly not on the same level, although the Mayavadis may interpret it in that way. When it is said that the living entities are bewildered, the Mayavadi philosophers ascribe the bewilderment to the Supreme Lord. But that is not applicable. The Lord is never bewildered. That is the difference between personalists and impersonalists. Devahuti is not unintelligent. She has enough intelligence to understand that the living entities are not on the same level of the Supreme Lord. Because the living entities are infinitesimal, they become bewildered or conditioned by material nature. But this does not mean that the Supreme Lord is also conditioned or bewildered. The difference between the conditioned soul and the Lord is that the Lord is the Lord, the master of material nature, and he is therefore not subject to its control. He is controlled neither by spiritual nature nor by material nature. He is the supreme controller himself, and he cannot be compared to the ordinary living entities who are controlled by the laws of material nature. Two words used in this verse are Sat and Asat. The cosmic manifestation is Asat, it does not exist, but the material nature of the Supreme Lord is Sat, or ever existing. Material nature is ever existing in its subtle form as the energy of the Lord, but it sometimes manifests this non existent or temporary existent nature, the cosmos. An analogy may be made with the father and the mother. The mother and the father exist, but sometimes the mother begets children. Similarly, this cosmic manifestation, which comes from the unmanifest material nature of the Supreme Lord, sometimes appears and again disappears. But the material nature is ever existing, and the Lord is the supreme cause of both the subtle and gross manifestations of this material world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Mataji. Vani Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Chautara, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the manifested eternal combination of the three modes is the cause of the manifest state and is called Pradhana. It is called Prakriti when in the manifested stage of existence. But the Lord points out material nature in its subtle stage, which is called Pradhana, and he analyzes this Pradhana. The explanation of Pradhana and Prakriti is that Pradhana is subtle, is the subtle undifferentiated sum total of all material elements. Although they are undifferentiated, one can understand that the total material elements are contained therein. When the total material elements are manifested by the interaction of the three modes of material nature, the manifestation is called Prakriti. Impersonalists say that Brahman is without variegatedness and without differentiation. One may say that Pradhana is the Brahman stage, but actually the Brahman stage is not Pradhana. Pradhana is distinct from Brahman because in Brahman there is no existence of the material modes of nature. One may argue that the Mahat Tattva is also different from Pradhana because in the Mahat Tattva there are manifestations. The actual explanation of Pradhana, however, is given here, where the cause and effect are not clearly manifested. Avyakta, the reaction of the total elements does not take place, and that stage of material nature called Pradhana is called Pradhana. Pradhana is not the time element because in the time element there are actions and reactions, creation and annihilation. Nor is it the jiva or marginal potency of living entities or designated conditioned living entities because the designations of the living entities are not eternal. One adjective used in this connection is nitya, which indicates eternality. Eternality. Okay. Eternality. Therefore, Therefore, the condition of material nature immediately previous to its manifestation is called Pradhana. Next, Mataji. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you.
Last. పింఛన్ ప్రభు చదివారు కదా. చంద్రమౌళి ప్రభుజీ, హరే కృష్ణ.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
చదవండి ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah. Translation purpose Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The aggregate elements, namely the 5 gross elements, the 5 subtle elements, the 4 internal senses, the 5 senses for gathering knowledge, and the 5 outward organs of action are known as the pradhana, purport. According to the Bhagavad Gita, the sum total of the 24 elements described herein is called the Unir Mahat Brahma. Yonir Mahat Brahma. The sum total of the living entities is impregnated into this Yonir Mahat Brahma. Then they are born in different forms, beginning from Brahma down to the insignificant ant. In the Srimad Bhagavatam and the other Vedic literatures, the sum total of the 24 elements, Pradhana, is also described as Yonir Mahat Brahma. It is the source of the birth and substance of all living entities.
You can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah. There are 5 gross elements, namely earth, water, fire, air, and other ether. There are also 5 subtle elements: smell, taste, color, touch, and sound.
Now we should be explaining one. Like what
Yeah.
are the subtle elements, what are the gross elements. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Correct.
Yeah, thank you. Raju Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
మాతాజీ
Hare
ఏమి
Krishna.
మాతాజీ ఆఫీస్కి వెళ్ళి
శివ ప్రభుజీ ఎవరు? మా ప్రభుజీ కొత్త శివ ప్రభుజీ. హరే కృష్ణ.
మాతాజీ.
యా ప్రభుజీ, మీరు శివ ప్రభుజీయా?
అవునమ్మా.
ప్రభుజీ ఎక్కడి నుండి, అంటే ఏ కాంగ్రిగేషన్?
మణికొండలో.
ఓకే, ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు ప్రభుజీ?
ఇక్కడే మణికొండలో. నేను
హలో చెప్పండి ప్రభుజీ.
నేను గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభుజీ తోటి మాట్లాడాను ఇంతకుముందుకే. కాంటాక్ట్ లాస్ అయ్యిండే. ఐ వాజ్ ఇన్ గ్రూప్. నేను రీసెంట్ గా మళ్ళీ బ్యాక్ అయ్యాను. ఈరోజు దిస్ ఇస్ మై ఫస్ట్ డే.
ఓకే, సో మాట్లాడారా ప్రభుజీతో, గిరిరాజ్ ప్రభుజీతో?
మాట్లాడితేనే నన్ను గ్రూప్ లో యాడ్ చేస్తారు.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. యా హరే కృష్ణ. ప్రభుజీ, వీఆర్ రీడింగ్, అంటే మేము భగవద్గీత, భాగవతం, చైతన్య చరితామృత చదువుతూ ఉంటాము చాప్టర్ బై చాప్టర్. సో వీఆర్ రీడింగ్ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం ప్రభుజీ ఇవాళ. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
చదువుతారా ప్రభుజీ?
ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ చదువుతా.
అదే ప్రభుజీ, చదవండి.
The senses for the acquiring knowledge and the organs for action number 10, namely the auditory sense, the sense of taste, the tactile sense, the sense of sight, the sense of smell, and the active organs for speaking, working, traveling, generating, and evacuating. So, purport.
Translation.
Translation. The internal subtle senses are experienced as 4 aspects in the shape of mind, intelligence, ego, and contaminated consciousness. Distinctions between them can be made only by different functions since they represent different characteristics. Purport. The 4 internal senses or subtle senses described herein are defined by different characteristics. When pure consequences is polluted by material contamination and when identification with the body become prominent, one is said to be situated under false ego. Consciousness is the function of the soul, and therefore behind consciousness there is soul. Consciousness polluted by material contamination is called ahankara. Next.
Yeah. Thank you ప్రభుజీ.
Thank you, Mata.
Yeah, thank you ప్రభుజీ. ఫస్ట్ డే నా ఇవాళ?
అవునండి.
ఓకే. యా, మనం ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ పర్పట్ మనకు భక్తి వేదాంత స్వామి ప్రభుపాద, అంటే ఇస్కాన్ ఫౌండర్ ఉంటారు కదా, ఆ ప్రభుపాద తెలుసా మీకు?
విన్నాను, బట్ నాట్ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. సో ప్రభుపాద రాస్తారు ప్రభుజీ ఇవన్నీ పర్పోర్ట్స్. ఓకే, ఫర్ అవర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. యా, భాగవతంలో ప్రభుపాద మనకు అర్థమయ్యేలాగా ప్రభుపాద రాస్తారు అన్నట్టు ఈ పర్పోర్ట్స్.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
I'll read. Oh, sorry. Lalit Mohan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Nara. Okay.
Is counted as the fifth element.
Prabhuji, చెప్పండి.
Yeah, I'm reading, Mataji. Am I audible?
ఇప్పుడు వినపడుతుంది, మీరు చదివేది వినపడలేదు. Yeah, you can start, Prabhuji.
Okay. All these are considered the qualified Brahman. The mixing element, which is known as time, is counted as the 25th element. Purport, according to the Vedic version, there is no existence beyond Brahman. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Chandogya Upanishad 3.14.1. It is stated also in the Vishnu Purana that whatever we see is Parasya Brahma Shakti. Everything is an expansion of the energy of the supreme truth, supreme absolute truth, Brahman. When Brahman is mixed with the three qualities, goodness, passion, and ignorance, there results the material expansion, which is sometimes called Saguna Brahman, and which consists of these 25 elements. In the Nirguna Brahman, when there is no material contamination, or in the spiritual world, the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are not present. Where Nirguna Brahman is found, simply unalloyed goodness prevails. Saguna Brahman is described by the Sankhya system of philosophy as consisting of 25 elements, including the time factor, past, present, and future. ఏమన్నా అర్థమవుతుందా మాతాజీ? ఎవరికైనా
లాస్ట్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తారా ప్రభుజీ? ఇప్పుడు చేస్తారా? కొత్త వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. లాస్ట్ లో చేస్తారా? ఓకే. సో ఐ డిడ్ంట్ ఆస్క్. You can read, Prabhuji.
I'm done, madam.
Okay. I'll read. Anybody left to read? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Nilima Mataji. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji, for joining. చదవండి మాతాజీ, మీ తర్వాత నేను చదువుతాను.
Purport, Mataji.
Translation.
Translation. Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami ki jai. Hare Krishna. The influence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is felt in the time factor, which causes fear of death due to the false ego and the deluded soul, who has contracted material nature. Purport. The living entity's fear of death is due to his false ego of identifying with the body. Everyone is afraid of death. Actually, there is no death for the spirit soul, but due to our absorption in the identification of body as self, the fear of death develops. It also started in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.37. Bayam అదేంటి మాతాజీ? ద్వైత్యాభి నివేశత్.
మాతాజీ భయం ద్వితీయ అభినివేశ, అది శ్లోకం మాతాజీ. భయం ద్వితీయ అభివేశత.
Okay, thank you. Refers to matter which beyond spirit. Matter is the secondary manifestation of spirit. For matter, Hare Krishna, వినిపిస్తుందా మాత?
వినపడుతుంది మాతాజీ.
పవర్ పోయింది అయితే. ఓకే. శ్రీమద్ spirit. For matter is produced from spirit, just as the material elements described are caused by the Supreme Lord or the Supreme Spirit. The body is also a product of the spirit soul. Therefore, the material body is called Vitya or the second.
Vitya. Second అంటాం కదా, ప్రథమ ద్వితీయ అది.
Vitya or the second. One who is absorbed in the second element of second exhibition of the spirit is afraid of death. When one is fully convinced that he is not his body, there is no question of fearing death, since the spirit soul does not die. If the spirit soul engages in the spiritual activities of devotional service, he is completely freed from the platform of birth and death. His next position is complete spiritual freedom from a material body. The fear of death is the action of the Kala, or the time factor, which represent the influencer of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, time is destructive. Whatever is created is subject to the destruction and dissolution, which is the action of time. Time is representation of the Lord, and it reminds us also that we must surrender unto the Lord. The Lord speaks to every conditioned soul as time. He says in Bhagavad Gita that if someone surrenders unto him, then there is no longer any problem of birth and death. We should therefore accept the time factor as the supreme personality of Godhead standing before us. This is further explained in the following verses. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 26th chapter, 17th verse, translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. My dear mother, or daughter of Swambhu Manu, the time factor, as I have explained, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom the creation begins as a result of the agitation of the neutral, unmanifested nature. Purport. The unmanifested state of material nature is called Pradhana, is being explained. The Lord says that when the unmanifested material nature is agitated by the glance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it begins to manifest itself in the different ways. Before this agitation, it remains in the neutral state without interaction by the modes of material nature. In other words, material nature cannot produce any variety of manifestations without the contact of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is very nicely explained in Bhagavad Gita. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of products of material nature. Without his contact, material nature cannot produce anything. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, a very suitable example is given in this connection. Although the nipples on a goat's neck appear to be breast nipples, they do not give any milk. Similarly, material nature appears to the material scientist to act and react in a wonderful manner, but in reality, it cannot act without the agitator, time, who is the representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When time agitates the neutral state of material nature, the material nature begins to produce varieties of manifestations. Ultimately, it is said that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the cause of creation. As a woman cannot produce children unless impregnated by a man, material nature cannot produce or manifest anything unless it is impregnated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of time factor. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Sirisha Mataji, you want to read? Join. Sirisha Raju Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
You want to explain,
Am I audible,
Prabhuji?
Mataji?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
explain. Later we can go to the shlokas. We are done with one round.
Okay. Actually, we are in 26th now, Mataji, no?
26th.
Yeah, 26th only, no? So, till 33 we have this. 26, 27. These two chapters, Mataji, they generally deal with Jnana and Yoga. Okay? Because in 25, she asks the questions, how to attain the bhakti of you, okay, or the Supreme. And what is the process of Jnana and what is the process of Yoga? Siddhi. So, answer to those questions is these three chapters. So,
26,
here
27,
Kapil
26, 27 and 28 also.
28. 28 and 29 also. 4 chapters only about this thing. But first 2 chapters like 26 and 27, they deal with Jnana and Yoga. Okay. And the next chapter deals with Bhakti. 29, 30 and 33 is completely in Bhakti only, how you can attain pure devotional service. They describe about those things. Okay. What we are reading now, 26 is about jnana. Jnana means how this modes and this material world is created. Okay. This has already been repeated earlier. Where
Yes.
Pradhana,
Yeah.
Mahatattva
Creation.
in Srishti, na? Yeah, during
Creation.
creation, in creation in Vidya Maitreya Samvada, we have already come across all these things. So here also, whenever the tattva or anything discussion regarding tattva comes, na, this whole thing again comes. Mahapur, Virat Purush and his glands, Mahatattva, Pradhana, Mahatattva, and from Pradhana, what has come from Mahatattva, which are the modes, and after that, Ahankara. All these things, na, that same table will get repeated again and again, again and again, again and again. Okay? So here we are again going through the same table, which we have read earlier already. So this whole chapter 26 deals with again the creation. Okay? This is the jnana. When we know this, then we know what we are. ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో చెప్తారనమాట కాన్షియస్నెస్ దేని వల్ల పొల్యూట్ అవుద్ది, అహంకారం ఎట్లా వస్తుంది, అహంకారం అంటే ఐడెంటిటీ కదా, ఫాల్స్ ఈగో, ఆ ఈగో అనేది ఎట్లా పొల్యూట్ అవుద్ది, ఇవన్నీ చెప్తారు ఇప్పుడు ముందు నుంచి. ఓకే, ఫ్రమ్ నెక్స్ట్ దిస్ థింగ్ వీఆర్ స్టిల్ ఇన్ ద స్టార్టింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ చాప్టర్ ఓన్లీ. ఈ చాప్టర్ లో ఈ డిస్కషన్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. What is the shloka which we have come right now? 18th, na?
18th, Prabhuji, yeah.
18th. ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు what is this? By
Purusha.
exhibiting his potency, the Supreme Person of Godhead addressed all these elements, keeping himself witness, superficial, without, and without as time. Okay? ఆ సుప్రీం పర్సనాలిటీ ఆఫ్ గాడ్ హెడ్ ఈ ఎలిమెంట్స్ లో ఎట్లా ఉంటాడని చెప్తుంది అనమాట. ఏ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ 24 elements. Okay? And how these 24 elements has come, that is what we have studied in the previous verses from now. Okay. So again, whenever this jnana comes, you should remember that tables or that blocks.
Yes.
Okay, that chart. That's why that is very, very important. It will get repeated again and again in Bhagavatam. Not only here, many other times also. At least you could know where we are, na? And this is discussion between whom and whom?
Devahuti and Kapila.
And why this discussion has come?
Because of glorification.
Anyone of you know? Others, Mataji, any others? Did you keep in track of where we are now in Bhagavatam? Any other devotee? Vani Mataji, Raju Prabhu is in hearing mode, na? Kinchan Prabhu. Can anyone of you tell where we are right now in Bhagavatam? We are between Kapila and Devahuti, okay? Kapila is giving instructions to Devahuti. And why this discussion has come?
Because Devahuti, Kapila Muni wants to go, and Devahuti wants him to stay for a few more days. That's when the discussion happens, no, Prabhuji? When Kardama Muni leaves.
But then this discussion, why this has come, topic is altogether?
Because Devahuti asks Kapila Muni how to
a bit further, a bit previous to that. Even before that, okay? Because Devahuti is a daughter of whom?
Swayambhu Manu.
Okay. So, who is Swayambhuva Manu?
Brahma's son.
Okay. Who is Brahma? The first created entity.
Lord
okay?
Garbhodaksa.
So altogether, where we are now? The discussion between Vidura and Maitreya. Okay. When they were discussing what? The creation. How did the creation take place? And why did the Vidura Maitreya conversation has come all together? Because Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami to tell about creation. Then what happens? Vidura Maitreya Samvad comes. In Vidura Maitreya Samvad, all this creation and Swayambhav Manu topics has come. Okay? Now you understood now where we are in the loop? Or
Yes,
completely gone?
yes,
You
Prabhuji.
could understand this, na? It comes systematically. We should
Yes.
just, remind it every now and then. Only then we can know the track where we are in Bhagavatam. Okay?
Yes. I'll send again that loop and that picture, Prabhuji. The creation, Mahatattva, Pradhana, Ahankara, modes. Yeah, I'll send.
I just sent it, Mataji, already.
I'll send,
just-
Mata. I need to check and I'll send that one and the chart also, Golok chart. Yeah.
So you understood now where we are right now in Bhagavatam? All of you?
Yes, Prabhuji. ఇది
We are in
ఎన్నిసార్లు
creation.
కొత్తగా అనిపిస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ క్రియేషన్ ఆ మహత్తత్వ ప్రధాన దాంట్లో 26 ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఆ సీక్వెన్స్ గుర్తుంచుకోవడం చాలా
ఓ 10 ఏళ్ళు పడుతుంది మాతాజీ మనం వచ్చి 2 ఏళ్ళు అయింది కదా
ఓకే
ఒక 10 ఏళ్ళు పడుతుంది కనీసం అవన్నీ రావడానికి
మాతాజీ సృష్టి అంతా ఈజీ కాదు కదా అవునా కదా
yes మాతాజీ
సృష్టి ఈజీ కాదు కదా సో క్రియేషన్ ఆల్సో ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఈజీ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఓకే
yes మాతాజీ ఐ గెట్ ఇట్
అర్థమవుతుంది నో ప్రాబ్లం ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ ప్రభుజీ కొత్త వాళ్ళు కూడా జాయిన్ అయ్యారు ప్రభుజీ ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ మైండ్ ఒకసారి క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటారా మళ్ళీ
చేద్దాం మాతాజీ ఒకసారి ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక సందర్భం వచ్చింది అనుకోండి మూడు ఎక్కువ వచ్చేసింది అనుకోండి ఆ రోజు మొత్తం అంతా చెప్తారు కదా
ఇప్పుడు ఆల్రెడీ ఇది క్రియేషన్ కదా సో ఇప్పుడు చెప్తే బెటర్ ప్రభుజీ సో దట్ వీ కెన్ న్యూ జాయినీస్ ఉన్నారు మళ్ళీ ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది
ఓకే మీన్స్ యూ వాంట్ మీ టు టెల్ అబౌట్ క్రియేషన్
మళ్ళీ అదే సేమ్ మళ్ళీ గర్భోదక స్థాయి కారణోదక స్థాయి మళ్ళీ క్రియేషన్ అంతా ఒక్కసారి ఆ చార్ట్ లో ఉంది పంపిస్తా నేను
ఓకే
రేపు చూసుకోండి ప్రభుజీ రేపు ఓకే
సరే మాతాజీ
సో దట్ అర్థమవుతుంది ఇంకా ఈజీగా ఊరికే చదివేదానికన్నా
సరే మాతాజీ చెప్తాను
ఓకే థ్యాంక్ యూ వి విల్ గో టు వృత్రాసుర ప్రేయర్స్ Can anybody send Vrittasura second set of prayers in the group?
మాతాజీ జస్ట్ సెండ్
నేను కనబడింది ప్రభుజీ అజాత పక్ష అదేనా
ఎస్ మాతాజీ
yes yeah you continue ప్రభుజీ
So two shlokas here, Vritarasura, he is telling that I don't want anything in this material world, any position in this material world, however great it might be, if it is at the cost of giving up your association or the devotees association. Okay, which is what we have studied earlier. నీ అసోసియేషన్ కానీ నీ భక్తుల యొక్క సంఘం కానీ ఒకవైపు ఉంటే ఇంకో వైపు మొత్తం ఈ మెటీరియల్ వరల్డ్ ఎన్ని పొజిషన్స్ నాకు ఇచ్చినా నాకు ఇవి
ప్రభుజీ your voice is not clear ప్రభుజీ
Yeah, how is it now, Mataji?
yeah it's okay ma ప్రభుజీ
Yeah. So in this shloka, Vritrasura tells that I am eagerly waiting for your service. So how eagerly I am waiting, that is what described in this shloka. Okay. Ajata paksham. Ajata paksham ante రెక్కలు లేని పక్షులు. ఓకే. అజాత పక్షం. పక్ష అంటే పక్షులు అన్నమాట. అజాతం అంటే రెక్కలు లేని పక్షులు అన్నమాట. ఇవ మాతరం ఖగః. ఎలాగైతే, ఇవ మీన్స్ ఎలాగైతే, ఓకే. మాతరం ఖగ, తల్లి, తల్లి గురించి వెయిట్ చేస్తాయి. ఓకే. ఖగ అంటే అగైన్ చిన్న పక్షులు అన్నమాట. చిన్న చిన్న పక్షులు దేనికైతే వింగ్స్ ఉండవు, అవి తల్లి కోసం వెయిట్ చేస్తాయి. నేను అట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను. దేని గురించి? వై ఐఎమ్ వెయిటింగ్ లైక్ దట్? ఫర్ సర్వీస్. ఓకే. దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్. యథా వత్సతుర క్షుధార్తః. క్షుధ ఆర్తః మీన్స్ దాహం లేకపోతే ఆకలి వల్ల బాగా పీడితమైన. వత్సతరః. వత్సతర మీన్స్ దాని
దూడ.
గోవు యొక్క పిల్ల. దూడలు దూడలు బాగా ఆకలిసి వాళ్ళ అమ్మ గురించి ఎట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తారో, అడ్డర్ గురించి ఎట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తారో, పాల యొక్క అడ్డర్ గురించి అట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తున్నాను కృష్ణ. ఓకే. ప్రియం ప్రియేవ విషితం విషన్న. ప్రియురాలు గురించి ప్రియుడు గురించి ప్రియురాలు ఎట్లయితే వెయిట్ చేస్తారో, దూరంగా ఉండి అట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తారు కృష్ణ. మనో రవీందాక్ష దిదీక్షిత. నా మైండ్ అరవిందాక్ష, నీ గురించి అట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తుంది కృష్ణ, నీ సర్వీస్ గురించి అట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తుంది కృష్ణ. దట్స్ వాట్ దిస్ లైన్ మీన్స్. దిస్ హోల్ 4 lines మీన్స్. ద కంపారిజన్ ఇస్, ఫస్ట్ లైన్ కంపారిజన్ ఇస్ అజాత పక్షం, రెక్కలు లేని పక్షులు. సెకండ్ ఈస్ దూడ ఆవు కోసం ఎట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తుందో, పాలు తాగే టైం గురించి ఎట్లా వెయిట్ చేస్తుందో అట్లా అన్నమాట. థర్డ్ లైన్ ఈస్ ప్రియం ప్రియేవ, no love to the lover. Okay, how they are waiting for one another, that is the comparison given. That is the, what is I have for you Krishna, to serve you. Okay, this is what Dhritarashtra is telling, is praying to God in front of Indra, telling him to kill him. అందరికి అర్థమైంది కదా? ఇది 3 lines అర్థమైంది కదా?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, sir.
Please repeat after me. Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva matram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva matram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva matram khaga.
One more time. Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga.
Ajata paksha iva matram khaga.
Stanyam yathavat satarakshudarta.
Stanyam yathavat
ప్రభుజీ లాస్ట్ 2 words ఏం చెప్పండి? శుద్ధ అర్థవా?
ఒకసారి ఓన్లీ ఇది కష్టంగా ఉన్నది అందరికి. ఏం చేద్దామంటే 2 words ప్రాక్టీస్ చేద్దాం కలిపి. ఓకే.
ఎస్ ప్రభుజీ. సెకండ్ లైన్ లోని లాస్ట్ 2 words.
వత్సతరా. Repeat this after me 6 times. వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా. వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
వత్సతరా.
ఓకే. వత్సతరా అంటే ఎవరు?
లేగ దూడ.
లేత దూడ. ఓకేనా? క్షుధార్త. క్షుధార్త అంటే
హరే కృష్ణ.
ఆకలి.
ఆకలితో ఉండడం.
ఆకలితో కంప్లీట్ గా డిస్ట్రెస్ అయిపోవడం అన్నమాట, కొట్టేసుకోవడం మొత్తం. క్షుధ ఆర్త. ఓకే, క్షుధార్త. ప్లీజ్ రిపీట్ ఆఫ్టర్ మీ.
క్షుధార్తః.
క్షుధార్తాః.
క్షుధార్తః.
క్షుధ ఆర్తాః.
క్షుధార్తః.
క్షుధ ఆర్తాః.
క్షుధార్తః. క్షుధార్తః. క్షుధార్తః.
వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది ప్రభుజీ.
ప్రభుజీ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
వత్సతరాః
వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తః.
క్షుధార్తరాః.
వత్సరాః క్షుధార్తః.
వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః. క్షుధార్తాః. క్షుధార్తాః.
హరి బోల్ ప్రభుజీ.
యథా
మధ్య మధ్యలో క్లియర్ గా లేదు ప్రభుజీ.
వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః. ఇప్పుడు బానే ఉందా మాతాజీ?
వస్తుంది.
ఓకే. స్తన్యం యథా వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః. రిపీట్ చేయండి. స్తన్యం యథా వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః.
ఈ రెండు విడది అన్న ప్రభుజీ. వత్స తరహ రెండు.
యథా వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తః అట్లా. ఓకే మాతాజీ. స్తన్యం యథా వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః. స్తన్యం యథా వత్సతరాః క్షుధార్తాః. Okay, we will go to the next line. ప్రియం ప్రియేవా వ్యుషితం విషన్నా.
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 మనోరవీందాక్షదిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
ప్రభుజీ మళ్ళీ లాస్ట్ ప్రభుజీ లాస్ట్ లైన్ లోని సెకండ్ అండ్ థర్డ్ వర్డ్ ప్రభుజీ.
దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
ద్రిదృక్షితే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం
అంటే ఈగర్లీ వెయిటింగ్ అన్నమాట. దిద్రీక్షితే అంటే ఈగర్లీ వెయిటింగ్. ఫర్ వాట్? ఫర్ యూ. త్వాం అంటే యూ. దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షతే త్వాం.
దిద్రీక్షితే.
క్షతే క్షతే ఉంది కదా ప్రభు తెలుగులో. క్షతే క్షతే ఉంది ప్రభు.
దిదీక్షతే.
దిద్రుక్షతే.
దిద్రీక్షతే.
ధ్రు సౌండ్ వస్తుంది ప్రభుజీ.
అవునవును, దాకు రుత్వం ఉంది ప్రభుజీ తెలుగులో.
తర్వాత రా కింద డాట్ ఉంది కదా మాతాజీ. ఆర్ కింద డాట్ వస్తే ముందది ది అయిపోద్ది అనమాట. ఆ డి అని ది చదవాలి.
ఏమని?
DIDR కింద డాట్ ఉంది చూసారా? ఆ ఆర్ కి డాట్ కింద ఉంటే ఆ ముందు అక్షరం ఏదైతే ఉందో అది ది అయిపోద్ది అనమాట.
Didikshite tvam.
Didrikshite tvam. Didrikshite tvam.
Didrikshite tvam.
Mano ravindaksha 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 didrikshite tvam.
Mano ravindaksha
Okay, 2 lines together. Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara sudarta.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara sudarta.
Ajata paksha. Okay. Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara sudarta.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara sudarta.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara kshudarta.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara sudarta.
Priyam priyeva vyushitam vishanna mano ravindaksha didrikshite tvam.
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 See, ఎంత మెలోడియస్ గా ఉందో చూడండి. యాక్చువల్లీ మీనింగ్ ఇదంతా, బట్ ఫ్రమ్ హూమ్ ఇట్ హస్ కమ్? అసుర్. అసుర్ చంపేస్తున్నప్పుడు యుద్ధంలో ఒక్కొక్కరి టోన్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది యాక్చువల్లీ?
గంభీరంగా,
ఎంత గంభీరంగా ఉంటుంది, ఎంత ప్యాషనేట్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఈవెన్ దట్ ప్యాషన్ దే కెనాట్ లివ్, ఫర్గెట్ ద లార్డ్. అండ్ ఈ ఫిలాసఫీ కమ్స్ ఈవెన్, నాట్ ఫిలాసఫీ, what is the poetry comes even in that situation for devotees. That's why he is given in Bhagavatam.
Yes,
Okay, we'll read all the shloka 4 times. Tomorrow we'll start practicing. Today it's already time up, I guess, 9:26. Okay, we will do this whole 4 lines 3 times, and then we will
wrap up.
Mataji, what do you say?
So their wish, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we will see how many minutes it will take. Then accordingly we will
You
decide.
can also practice, Prabhuji. It's already మళ్ళీ నేర్చుకుంది చేస్తే బెటర్ కదా.
సరే.
We'll do, Prabhuji. We'll finish.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat satara kshudarta. Priyam priyeva vyushitam vishanna mano ravindaksha didrikshitatva. Mano ravindaksha didrikshite tvam.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga
Stanyam
satara sudarta. విషితం విషన్న
రవిందాక్షదృక్షతే త్వాం.
బ్యూటిఫుల్ శ్లోక, చాలా బాగుంది ప్రభుజీ నిజంగానే.
అజాత పక్ష ఇవ మాతరం ఖగా స్తన్యం యథావాత్సతరా క్షుదార్తా ప్రియం ప్రియేవా వ్యుషితం విషన్న మనోరవీందాక్షదిద్రీక్షితే త్వాం.
ప్రియం ప్రియేవా వృషితం
Again breaking. Okay. Just tell me if it is okay right now.
If it is, it's okay, Prabhuji.
Ajata paksha iva mataram khaga stanyam yathavat kshudarta priyam priyeva vyushitam vishanna manoravindakshadidrikshite tvam.
అజాత పక్ష ఇవ మాతరం ఖగా స్తన్యం యథావత్సతరా ప్రియం విషితం విషన్న మనోరవిందాక్షదృక్షతే త్వాం.
You can start practicing now. Mataji, you can lead. Mataji, thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. For really, it's beautiful, Prabhuji. Like ఇప్పుడు డీమన్ నోట్ లో నుండి ఇంత నెక్టేరియన్ వర్సెస్ వస్తున్నాయంటే ఇట్స్ లైక్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ డివోషనల్ సర్వీస్. అదర్వైజ్ నో హోప్, Prabhuji. Yeah. Matajis and Prabhujis, you can volunteer and you can start.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
I will try.
Start.
Srimad Bhagavatam 6.11.26. Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga stanyam yatavat satara kshudarta priyam priyeva vishitam visanna manoravindakshadidrikshate tvam.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah,
Mataji.
Mataji.
ఇద్దరు చదువుతున్నారు ఒకే టైంలో. యా మాతాజీ యూ కెన్ కంటిన్యూ. నీలిమా మాతాజీ యూ కెన్ డూ ఆఫ్టర్ మాతాజీ. ఓకే, యా థ్యాంక్ యూ.
అజాత పక్ష ఇవ మాతరం ఖగా స్తన్యం యథావాత్సతరా క్షుదార్త ప్రియం ప్రియేవా ఉషితం విషన్న మనోరవిందాక్షదిద్రీక్షతే త్వాం. Thank you, Mataji.
Nice, Mataji. Yeah, nice. Yeah, Nilima Mataji, you can.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga stanyam yadavat kshudatah priyam priyeva vyushitam vishanna manoravindakshadidrikshate tvam.
Nice, Mataji. Thank you. Mataji, Vani Mataji, చదువుతారా?
మాతాజీ ట్రై చేస్తాను. అజాత పక్ష ఇవ మాతరం ఖగా స్తన్యం యథావత్సతరా ప్రియం ప్రియేవా వ్యుషితం విసన్నా మనోరవిందాక్షదిద్రీక్షతే త్వాం.
ఇది విషన్న మాతాజీ ఇక్కడ, ఓకేనా?
విషన్నవా ఇది?
కింద ఉంది కదా, షా డాట్ ఉంది కదా.
ప్రియం ప్రియేవా విషితం విషన్న మనోరవిందాక్షదిద్రీక్షతే త్వాం. ఓకే,
ఎండింగ్. యా
హరే కృష్ణ.
ప్రభుజీ హరే కృష్ణ.
అజాత పక్ష ఇవ మాతరం ఖగా స్తన్యం యథావత్సతరా క్షుదార్తా प्रियं प्रियेव वृषितं विषण्ण मनोरविन्दाक्षदितृक्षिते त्वाम्.
अरे बोल, వెరీ నైస్ ప్రభుజీ. మాతాజీ అవుతారా? మీ మాతాజీ?
లేదు మాతాజీ అవతల ఉన్నారు, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయలేదు ఇంకా.
ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఎనీబడి లెఫ్ట్ టు రిసైట్?
I will read
చంద్రమణి
Mataji.
ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah. अजातपक्षायव मात्रं खगा स्तन्यं यदा वत्सराकृशाद्रः शातः प्रियं प्रियेव युषितं विशन्ना मनोरविन्दाक्षदृक्षते त्वाम्.
నైస్ ప్రభుజీ. Shiva Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. As being it's today is your first day, is it okay, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.11.26. Ajata paksha iva mataram kaga stanyam yatava satarakshudarta priyam priyeva vishitam vishanna manoravindakshadidrukshate tvam. Translation: O lotus-eyed Lord, as a baby bird that have not yet developed their wings, always look for their mother to return and feed them. As the small calves tied with ropes await anxiously to the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers. Or as a morose wife whose husband is away from the home always longs for him to return and satisfy her all in respects. I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you. This is Rudrastra praying to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Beautiful prayers. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Dandavat pranam. Vanja kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शैल प्रभुपाद की जय. शैल गुरुदेव की जय. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranam. Yeah, I'm ending the session.